To the world, it's just, what has she been doing? Does she work? As opposed to, oh my gosh, I work so hard. And I appreciate what hard work looks like. I like working hard.
The beginning of that clip where she's like, oh my God, it's like, it's so inauthentic.
Is Meghan Markle the Duchess of Drama, or just someone the public keeps getting wrong? That question is blowing up again after her emotional podcast moment where tears were front and center and vulnerability was the whole vibe. Some people felt sympathy, but others thought it only added more heat to the criticism already following her around. And then there's the energy in the room with host Jamie Conn-Lima, which honestly made some viewers uncomfortable.
I don't know how much longer my father has. He won't speak to me because of this security stuff. I would love reconciliation with my family. I've always, there's no point in continuing to fight anymore. As I said, life is precious.
If you are trying to reconcile with your family, if you are trying to make amends, you don't go on TV and blame them again. This is literally the last thing.
The dynamic felt extra intense, like too much praise and not enough real conversation. And people online definitely picked up on that tension. But that was just the beginning, because the internet also went wild over Meghan landing on Time magazine's top 100 most influential women list. Critics didn't hold back, and when Prince Harry's BBC interview dropped around the same time, the awkward moments had people cringing hard and questioning everything about their public image.
Meghan Markle is now accused of breaking the agreement with the late Queen after podcast revelation, with the compliments of HRH, which is Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex.
Behind the scenes, rumors from former staff started floating again, painting a chaotic picture that clashes with the polished persona Meghan usually presents. Some whispers describe her as demanding and self-focused, which only adds more controversy to the mix, especially with business setbacks like the Spotify deal ending and the Netflix projects not hitting the numbers people expected.
You made homemade strawberry jam. It's kind of like a doctor when you keep referring to them as doctor and like, call me Susan. Like I would never refer to myself as Her Royal Highness.
I think if somebody gives you a gift, you can say, so-and-so, my friend so-and-so gave me a present. Yeah. I don't feel like she needed to show that.
All of that has fueled speculation that her connection to the royal family is hanging by a thread, with some critics even saying she should stop signing gifts as Her Royal Highness. Whether that's fair or not, the conversation keeps getting louder every week. Her latest podcast appearance was promoted as totally real. No makeup, no script, just Meghan speaking from the heart. But many listeners didn't buy it. To them, the whole thing felt carefully planned, almost like a performance instead of a spontaneous conversation. And that perception became a major talking point online. Some people even joke that a celebrity claiming something outrageous might sound more believable than Meghan trying to show her authentic self. That level of skepticism says a lot about how divided public opinion has become around her image.
She's stuck because she was an actress who became a real princess, who wants to be an actress again, but has to continue to pretend to be a real princess.
The situation with the host didn't help either, since Jamie is known to be a close friend. And the episode came across to some viewers like non-stop admiration instead of balanced discussion. That made critics question whether the interview was meant to reveal anything new or simply polish Meghan's brand. So, what did audiences actually learn? According to skeptics, not much beyond what they already knew. Many believe the podcast was a strategic move tied to her lifestyle business, especially since her product launch sold out in just 30 minutes, which sounds impressive until people realize the stock may have been limited from the start. That's a classic marketing move. Create urgency, create hype, and suddenly it looks like unstoppable success.
There are times we get together and I'm like, I just want to have DoorDash come in. And you're like, let's make something. And I'm like,
no, I don't want to cook again, Meghan. My God, take a break.
Meghan also shared personal details about motherhood, including that she writes nightly emails to her 2 offsprings, which sounds sweet, but also struck some listeners as almost too perfect, like something straight out of an ideal parent handbook. The episode pulled massive streaming numbers, with clips spreading everywhere across social media platforms, and Jamie called the conversation raw and unfiltered.
And she also is pretending that she's crying. We zoomed in just to see. There isn't a tear in sight. Dan, look at this. I invite the viewers to take a close-up look at this. Where's the tear?
Still, a lot of viewers stayed doubtful, especially when Jamie repeatedly emphasized that Meghan had not seen the questions beforehand. That detail actually made people more suspicious instead of reassured because they wondered why it needed to be highlighted so much in the first place. For many watching, it felt less like proof of authenticity and more like someone trying very hard to convince the audience of something they weren't fully believing.
That feeding of others is my self-care. Oh my God, Glenn.
You have shown me some of the most excruciating and unbearable footage I've seen in quite a long time.
The Daily Mail's Alexander Ellman brushed off Meghan's emotional moments as nothing more than a calculated attempt to stay relevant. And over on X, users jumped in fast with their own reactions. One person even joked, "Even her tears have a PRT," pointing at what they saw as her overly polished delivery and questioning how genuine the whole thing really was.
This woman is a born manipulator. The Netflix thing, she doesn't do the work. She don't make the jams. It's all made for her.
Meanwhile, Marco reported that critics felt Meghan's stories kept circling back to herself, her struggles, or her business ventures, which made the interview feel more like personal promotion than honest reflection. The Express also cited royal insiders who believe that no amount of emotional rebranding is going to repair the damage to her public reputation, no matter how heartfelt the presentation might seem.
She's not editing scripts. She's not editing what's going to happen the next day. People are putting that in place. She won't even organise her own clothes. Everything is organised for her. That is not hard work. Hard work is get up in the morning, get to 7 o'clock, get into a factory or a shop and working for 10 hours on your feet, coming home knackered. That's not what happens.
Her appearance at the Time 100 Summit sparked another wave of sharp commentary with people online, comparing celebrity authenticity and asking who seemed more performative at events like this, Meghan Markle or Blake Lively. Even though Meghan didn't make the 2025 list, her presence alone was enough to ignite backlash, with critics calling the attention around her exaggerated.
I don't know how much longer my father has. He won't speak to me because of this security stuff. For the time being, it's impossible for me to take my family back to the UK safely.
That's a lie. You can take them back whenever you want. You can bring your own security. You can ensure that they're safe. You can go to safe spots. There are a million ways to do it. Don't announce it. Don't tell people you're coming. Just show up and find a space and make sure it has even extra security.
Over on X, users called her inclusion absurd, pointing out that her recent business projects, like selling jam, honey, and cupcake sprinkles, didn't exactly scream world-changing influence. One commenter even snapped, "Who does she think she is? Gayle King?" Now, that's someone with a track record of a real impact. She went to space, making the comparison sting even more. GB News quoted critics labeling Meghan a self-promoter who still benefits heavily from her royal connections. And with her influence constantly under scrutiny, that time recognition is starting to look more confusing than impressive to some observers.
Interview deeply alarming. It's delusional in so many ways as well.
But she is a malignant narcissist who cannot get enough of herself while she simultaneously plays the victim.
Instead of boosting her image, it seems to have reopened debates about what influence really means in her case. Prince Harry's latest BBC interview added even more drama as he publicly criticised King Charles over security concerns after losing a court appeal, which instantly triggered another media storm. But instead of widespread sympathy, his comments sparked backlash, with columnist Sarah Vine calling his tone self-pitying and accusing him of using his father's illness to gain public support. Palace insiders, according to ITV News, reportedly felt the timing and delivery of Harry's remarks showed seriously poor judgment, especially given the sensitive family situation.
And being a mom and a wife and a friend.
Oh, yeah.
Those are all jobs. I mean, I love being that busy, but I do think it's really interesting when people have no sense of what goes into the thing.
Yeah.
The Mirror even claimed King Charles has become more cautious about private conversations, worried that anything said could end up in another public interview or documentary. And online, reactions were brutal, with users dragging Harry and calling him entitled, while one comment summed it up harshly as nothing more than a royal pity party. The controversy didn't stop with him either, because Meghan's name quickly got pulled back into the conversation as critics connected the interview to their broader public narrative. According to skeptics, Harry's comments weren't just about security concerns at all. They were another chapter in what many describe as an ongoing grievance campaign that keeps widening the gap between the couple and the royal family. Instead of healing tensions, the interview may have pushed the divide even further into the spotlight. Just when things seemed like they couldn't get more tense, reports started surfacing about Meghan's former staff once again.